So Ted Smith back again. So last year I bought a Tech kayak and I made some videos about it that you've probably seen. And I've lived with it for about a year. There's a lot of things that I really like about it. There's some things that I feel like it could do better. I feel as though for the amount I paid for it, which is about $350, it's pretty darn good. It's pretty darn good. I don't think you're going to be able to find something for that much money that beats the Tech. Part of why I bought the Tech though was because I wanted to see how much having a boat would enhance my fishing experience and if I really liked it that much. And before I invested further in it. And because I felt like, well, if I spend $350 on it and I don't like it, okay, I'm out $350, what we do. But if I bought a $1,000 kayak and I didn't like it, then I'd be like, well, now I'm out $1,000 and now I'm stuck with a $1,000 kayak. But I did like it. So the other day, a thing came up on my screen called the Bote Deus Classic, which is an 11-foot stand-up paddleboard boat hybrid that looked really, really compelling. So I bought it. Came today. Took 4 days by FedEx to come. This is the box. Let's see here. On the side of the box it tells me the dimensions. It weighs 65 pounds in the box. According to them, it's not supposed to weigh that much when you got it out, so we'll see. But I thought I'd make this video of it. And I'll make this video in a couple of chapters, with the first part here being the unboxing, and then we'll inflate it and stuff, and then we'll get it out on some water to check it out. So anyway, let's unbox this thing. Alright, so okay, so let's check it out. Here it is, box, the boat. Came in 4 days, FedEx from Florida. The dimensions on the box are 38.9 by 32.6 by 18.1 inches. And it says that the shipping weight is, actually 40 pounds, 12 ounces. Ain't bad. Always have the blade up so you don't break anything. Says that the dimensions are 11 feet by 33 inches. Inflated, I'm assuming. Beans very easy. All right. Turn this down so you can see it. So in here we got our pump, the hose. This is our repair kit little bottle. That looks exactly like the one you get from NRS. Here's my foot stirrup. Silica gel pack. And the book. So this is a super rugged, rubberized canvas bag sort of thing. Some bungees here on the side, I assume to put my pump in. I have an electric pump. Big storage bag. Here's the skeg for it. It comes in a bag. The skeg. starter guide, instruction man. Ooh, stickers! Love the swag, man. Love the swag. Oh, and here's the ultimate, the can cozy. Okay, put that all in there. Put that in there. Here's my repair kit thing. This is a little tool for taking your valves out if you need to do that. It comes with some cement for repairing it and some various vinyl patches. Well, this is actually made out of PVC, so PVC patches for repairing it. That's great. Put that in this big pocket as well as my footstool. And the skeg. So let's see here, undo the buckles. So one thing about the bag is that has little wheels here. I don't know if they're in the frame, but you can roll this thing as like a roll-on luggage kind of thing, which is cool. Here it is, strapped in all tidy. I better pay attention as to how I'm doing this so I can put it back this way. This is the platform for the seat. This is the back of the seat with the straps for adjusting it. And then here's the boat. The boat is strapped in place. It's seated here. More silica gel packs. Oh, that's great. That's a totally manageable weight. And it looks like they did a fairly simple roll-up fold, so that should be easy to put it back the way it came. Plastic. So this is really nicely done, you know, you can tell this is really high quality PVC material like you'd expect from a professional level river raft kind of boat, guide boat. So it looks really nice. Now the next thing that I'm going to do, and look, it's got a little GoPro threaded 420 mount there, 1/4 inch 420 mount to put a GoPro on. Alright, so here's the next task. I'm going to try to fold this thing back up, get it in the bag. The next video, or the next chapter, will be me inflating this thing, and you'll be able to see it all inflated. I'm not going to inflate it while you're watching because that would just be, forget about it. That's a waste of everyone's time. You don't need to see a boat be inflated. I will show you this though. So, the valves on the boat. This is the hose that came with the pump, and you can see the valves on the boat take this standard connector that's used on most paddle boats and inflatable, you know, high quality inflatable rafts and kayaks and things like that. The pump here looks like a pretty nice pump. It's got a pressure gauge on it. It's got your you can turn this thing to be a single or a double action pump, and you can also has a deflate hole and an inflation hole depending on where you set up the thing. I have an electric pump that hooks up to my car, cigarette lighter port, and I gotta tell you, that's a way better thing than using one of these things. You will be here for a long time. If you're gonna buy an inflatable, get an electric pump. Okay, so I'll see you back here in a minute after I've got this sucker inflated. Alright, bye. So as you can see, I got it all inflated. I used the hand pump that actually came. I timed myself. It took me about 10 minutes to get the whole thing inflated using the hand pump. So I'm thinking that with my electric pump it'll take me under 5. So you can see it's actually, even inflated. It's manageable in terms of, its weight. I've got the seat put on it. And what I'm going to do is I'll pick up the camera and we'll walk around the boat and I'll go over some of the features of the boat that I'm noticing that are kind of interesting. Alright, so hang on. So here we are looking at the boat. If you start just at the front, very front of the boat, you can see that there's a threaded GoPro mount there. It's kind of fun. Social media. Got lots of D-ring attachments around the boat for strapping stuff to. Here in the bow of the boat, we've got our 3 valves for inflating the boat because there's 3 chambers: the left, the right, and the floor. Got the bungee cord here for bungeeing things down, and the whole floor of the top sheet of what would be the paddle board part of this, or the just the floor of the boat, is covered in this really nice foam covering that's about 1/8 of an inch thick, which is really nice. It gives you a nice I can tell on my bare feet that it's kind of a grippy surface that'll be nice to stand on even if it gets wet. I'm also happy about this because I'm thinking about bringing my dog, and I can tell that this material is going to protect from my dog's claws potentially damaging the board, so that's great. If we turn the thing over, if we look on the bottom, you can see that the keel has this reinforced strip here, which is really great. I have another inflatable boat that you got to be really careful when you're coming up on the beach because it'll just scrape the bottom. You'll just ruin the boat. But that protects you when you're coming up and beaching the boat. Here is the things to hold the foot straps. Got lots of handles. Here's the seat that's removable, and it removes with these what are called G-rings. Just do this and it undoes it. The seat back itself is also connected with G-rings, so you could potentially I think sit with just this but no seat back if you wanted to do that. And there's that without the seat back. Now here's something that's interesting. I'm not sure what this is for, but it says MagnaPod on it, and it's right in front of your seat on the floor. And I think it's a magnet, and I think it's for holding your coffee. So here we go, coming around the back. Here's the lash down area for the cooler or a 5-gallon bucket. Very handy for fishing. We've got more handles here on the back, more D-rings. Voila. If we turn the thing over, on the bottom here, we've got some foam protectors on our skags. So we have 2 skags that are permanent, and then here's the place for the removable big skag in the back, which I imagine you're going to want to use. That'll really improve your tracking quite a bit. I'm going to keep a hold of these things for when I'm rolling it back up, because that'll protect the board from damaging itself when I roll it up. So all the chambers inflate to 10 to 15 psi. I just inflated this thing 10 for my first inflation. Like I said, it took me just over 10 minutes, which wasn't too bad with the hand pump. You can see the whole thing is this new drop stitch construction, which is how they make the inflatable stand-up paddle boards. It's a pretty neat construction technique that allows you to get these thin panels instead of big round kind of balloony sort of chambers. You can get more sculpted contours and whatnot, flat surfaces, and when they're pumped up, you know, they become stiff as a board. It's really neat technology. Alright, I'm going to put the camera back down and I'm going to deflate this thing and I'm going to try to put it back in to the bag that it came in. Alright, hang on. Okay, so this is my repacking attempt here to get this thing all back in the box, or I guess the bag it came in, huh? One thing you can do with these things to help get them to pack up better is to actually pump them out of their air. And there you have it. Not bad. I'm glad I'm doing it on my lawn and not next to my car at the marina. Anyway, see you again soon. Okay, so I've got it all blown up, ready to go. I have it on this little dolly that I bought that allows me to kind of wheel it around when it's all loaded up with my gear, because then I don't have to make multiple trips from my car to the lake. I just load it all up in one fell swoop. You know, carrying this thing is not that big of a deal. It's not that heavy. But if I've got a bunch of fishing gear or something, then, you know, it just makes it easier. So anyway, we got it all loaded up. I'm just going to grab it here at the front of the boat, wheel it on down.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's like a stand-up paddleboard and a boat all in one. Yeah. You take the seat off and it's like, you know, but it's also...
And it has wheels.
Yeah, I bought those separately.
Yeah.
That way I don't have to do multiple.
Fair.
I mean, that's only like, you know, like...
Right.
I feel like a wussy. But sometimes I have to park all the way over there.
And it's inflatable?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's made by a stand-up paddleboard company, which is, you know, so like...
Good luck.
Not bad. So this thing is pretty awesome. And I've taken it out twice now. It always turns heads. People are always like, "Wow, that is cool." I like it because it's got a lot of room to put all of my gear up front here in front of me, and it has a really great glide through the water, just like a stand-up paddleboard. And one of the nice things about this is the D-rings that they've got all over the place, so you can attach like my anchor. I'm going to get my anchor out so I can fish in a minute once I get out to the middle of the lake here. Seat's real comfortable, puts you in a nice level for both rowing, and I can tell it's going to be good for fly fishing in terms of height above the water. I'm sitting down so low that it makes fly casting difficult. But then, of course, the other nice thing about this is that it's very stable to stand up in. So I can also just stand up and fly fish, which is probably what I'm going to do. And I think I'm just about where I want to be. So I'm going to put the oar away, the paddle. Get my anchor out. That's that. Now I'm going to try to get some fish. Whatever will bite.
There's some big pike in here.
Yeah, over in the corners there's some big pike for sure. I just got a white woolly bugger on, which is sort of my, it's my desperation fly.
I fished here once, but I never caught any.
Oh yeah, I've actually caught quite a bit here. Like, caught a lot of bluegills over there in that corner, and caught a lot of trout on. I mean, people catch trout here on power bait like crazy. I fly fish, but parachute Adams and Adams tend to work pretty well. People also use like pistol Pete's with a bubble, you know, and a spinning setup, which can work pretty good.
Yeah, it gets fished pretty heavily.
It does. If they don't stock it regularly, it gets pretty poor. I'm mostly out here trying out my new boat, so it's not so much about the fishing as it is about seeing how this thing works as my new fishing vessel.
Yeah, that's what I use this for.
Solves every single problem that I've had fishing in a boat, or a small boat, which is, one, you can stand up in it, which is fantastic. You can do that on all stand-up paddle boards anyway. But two, I really like it because it's got the sides. I feel a lot better about that than just being out on an open deck platform like you are on a stand-up paddleboard, where you really don't have a hole that you can put your stuff into, and also keep splashes out from the top of your board and getting your stuff wet. Three, it's very packable, and it's going to take up no space in any space really in my garage, and it easily fits into the trunk of my car. So that's fantastic. That was another criteria for me. I like the fact that it's got a lot of anchor points on it, that I can attach things like my anchor, stuff like that. Tracks well, paddles well when I'm paddling. And it looks, I haven't tried it out with my dog yet, but I'm thinking that this material, and especially what they put on the top deck of the bottom here, that this is dog proof, that I'm going to be able to bring my dog on this absolutely no problem, and I'll be able to manage that just fine. A couple of other bonus features that I enjoy about this: the seat is nice. Oh, the seat's comfortable, gives you good back support. It's not a high performance seat, but that's fine. It gives you enough of what you need. It's quite comfortable, actually. It's quite comfortable. And then the other thing that I like about it is that you can take the seat off. I haven't done that yet, but it's definitely something that I'm going to experiment with, for sure. that too, because that was one of the drawbacks that I don't like about my big tandem inflatable kayak is that it takes a while to pump that up with the hand. If you're doing it by hand, you're going to be there for a while. It's really not that good. So it's not an issue with the boat. I also really like the fact that the weight and the size are clearly very easily managed by one adult person. That was a concern of mine, that I might have a craft that would be comfortable to deal with as one person. I really wanted something easy. This is definitely easy. So overall, this is wonderful. Every now and then you see something that comes along that's kind of unique and you think, huh, that's interesting. And sometimes those things work out and they're great, and sometimes those things just end up being quirky little niche sort of things. I think that the Bote Deus has the potential to be really something quite fantastic, and I would not be surprised if you see a lot of imitation crafts that are just like this coming out in the next couple of years. I think they've got something here that's really special, and I'm really looking forward to fishing in this and boating in this and hanging out with my kids in this and hanging out with my dog in this and hanging out with my wife in this. So I think I'm going to leave it at that. You don't need to just sit here and watch me sit in the middle all day. All right. If you have any questions, you got the email. Contact me down below through the links, and I'll be happy to respond. All right. Peace out. Oh boy. I have been having a ton of problems with my technology. I've been making so many efforts to make this video, and each time I think I get some good footage, I don't. So I believe I'm recording now. I've paddled out to a good spot in the lake where I like to fish, and I'm going to show you about, as I was rowing out here, I was talking to the camera, which was not turned on, talking about a lot of the benefits of this boat. And what it boils down to is I think this boat is brilliant. A lot of times companies will come up with novel ideas and you think, I don't know, that could go one of two ways. It could either be really bad or it could be brilliant. And I think this one falls in the brilliant category. You get all the benefits of the ease and of a stand-up paddleboard in terms of how quickly you can inflate it, how quickly you can get it out on the water, how light and portable it is, and yet you get some advantages of a boat with sides that keeps your stuff wet, tends to. You can put things in it and you don't have to worry about them falling off. And when you're fishing like I am, it's great because I can put all of my gear here in the front of the boat, and it's right there in front of me ready to go. I don't have to worry about it falling off if I was trying to fish on a stand-up paddleboard. The seat on this thing is great. It's a nice height that's easy to fish from, but the board is also incredibly stable, so it's really easy to stand up and fish as well. You don't have to stay seated. The seat is really comfortable, and the nice thing is you can take the back of it off, leaving you basically just a platform, kind of an elevated platform to sit on, which is how I found that I like to do this, because it allows me to turn around more easily and get at the stuff that I have bungeed behind the seat. I bungee a milk crate behind the seat where I put some gear in there as well, and that's where I tie my anchor off to. So I'm here now, and I am going to get some fishing going. you'll hopefully I'll catch a fish. If I don't, you'll at least see me standing here trying to catch one. All right, give me a minute. I'm watching a guy wrestle about a 36-inch pike over there on the shore. Holy smokes, that's a huge fish. Holy smokes. Well, it's really, really freaking windy today. Probably hear it in the microphone. Probably not a lot of point in trying to throw a dry fly around here. There it is. It's that easy. Got a little thin mint woolly bugger on the end of this guy. That is a monster fish that guy just caught. Holy smokes. That thing looks big enough it could bite his hand off. Nice fish, man! That thing is awesome! Looks like he's letting it go. Here I am in my seat. Back up. I'm gonna get a new hanger, or anchor, I mean. I've been seeing people out here who paddleboard and all they use is a little 10-pound or 5-pound dumbbell on a string, which is a great idea. Just drops into the mud. No sharp edges that could it could potentially catch on your boat, like this grapple anchor that I have. That was an amazing fish, man. That thing looked like it could bite your arm off. That was something else. That was really something else. Good job. That was brilliant.
37.5 inches.
37.5 inches. Northern pike, right? What'd you catch him on?
Number 4 Meps.
A number 4 Meps.
Yeah.
Little fluorescent green one it looks like.
Yep.
Oh, there went your lucky lure.
What's crazy is that I didn't have a steel leader or nothing.
Yeah, it didn't bite through your leader, huh?
But, well, he actually did. I got him right here. And then he did one last, like, button.
Yeah.
Crash.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw you wrestling him.
Yeah, he snapped my line, and then I lost him in the murky water, and then I saw his tail. I went over there and grabbed his tail, because he was pretty worn out.
Yeah.
I grabbed his tail, and then I just, like, scooped.
Your hand caught him. That's amazing.
And he still had my lure in his mouth.
Oh yeah. Well, you got to get your lure back, man.
Yeah.
Can't let him off with a piece of jewelry. You know.
Yeah.
Brilliant. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Good job.
Biggest pike I've ever caught.
There was a guy here one night who was getting pulled around in his little kayak by a pike. Yeah, for like 20 minutes. He was hooping and hollering, and he was literally getting pulled around in his little kayak, and couldn't get the thing in, and then finally it broke him off, and was done with him. Yeah.
Back in May, I caught a 36-inch over at that cove.
Uh-huh.
But it was nothing like that though.
Yeah. That guy looked like he was all muscle too. All right, the bluegill action has picked up. The wind has died down. Let's see if I can catch something now. I'm using this little yellow guy. It's called a woolly worm, and just kind of strip it in like a woolly bugger. It doesn't have a tail on it per se, and good because I think sometimes on woolly buggers I catch fish and they just bite the tail and they don't get the hook in their mouth and they just bite the feather tail, and this thing they actually have to, if they're gonna bite it, they're gonna bite the whole body. That's a pretty good one. Yep. Alright, let's see here. There it is. Switch to a dry fly. Oh, there we go. He took it at the last minute. Ooh, that's a little perch. Never caught me a perch before. Is that right? Try to swing that right in front of the camera. Anyway, I'm gonna call it a night. I gotta get home. I think I got one more cast in me. In case anyone's wondering, my rod is a TFO blue ribbon, 4-weight, 10'6", I think, and my reel is a Red Truck Fishing Diesel. I love them both. I think I've got 2 Red Truck Diesel reels. They're clicking paws, and I've got 3 TFO rods. I wouldn't fish with anything else. I've got their glass rod, the finesse glass. I've got this blue ribbon, and I've got a signature too. I love TFO. Anyway, I love TFO, and I love this boat. It's amazing. I'll see you back on shore. So here we are back at the home office and video editing suite. It's been actually about a year since I bought the boat. This video took a lot longer to make than I kind of thought it would, mostly because just lazy, I suppose, and COVID. But just some closing thoughts on it. I really like it. I'm very glad I bought it. The Bote Deus. They make a long. I have the classic one or something like that. It's like a 11-foot, 12-foot one. They make a longer one that actually has a drop-down opening in it to put a pedal, self-propelled, like you pedal it, and a little propeller on the bottom that you can use to get yourself around, which is pretty neat. It is over 3 times more what I paid for the Tuk-Tuk. That is true, but I think it's worth every penny. If that's in your budget to spend, certainly get it. If it's not, and and the $300 and some for the Tuk-Tuk is what you got, well, the Tuk-Tuk is great for that price, no doubt about it. But certainly, if you have the $1,000 to spend, get the boat. It's brilliant. I love it. I'm even thinking about getting another one. I don't know. Now I'm thinking about what I'm going to do with my Tuk-Tuk. I'm thinking about maybe having a giveaway contest online somehow. If you have any ideas about how I could do that, you could win my Tuk-Tuk potentially. You'd have to pay for shipping, of course. Anyway. If you have any questions or comments about the boat or this video, just email me through the comments in the link. And what was I going to say? I guess that's it. This was a long video, but I hope you enjoyed it. And go get yourself a boat. All right. Cheers.